Hi, Amantha. Just got your WhatsApp messages and dropping a video response to it might be the easiest to respond to some of the issues that crop up. What you've noted does not make any sense. It is impossible to compromise a WhatsApp account through a Zoom call. The two are unrelated. Um, and without getting to know more details around how those compromises occurred, there is no technical link between a Zoom call and a WhatsApp account being compromised. That being said, it may be the case that on the Zoom call, WhatsApp, what you call OTP, or the two-factor authentication number, may have been requested and had been given out by those whose accounts have been compromised. That is a possibility, and that also tracks with how others, including I think two politicians in the past couple of weeks in Sri Lanka, have had their WhatsApp accounts also compromised. Now, the issue with all of this is that because cybersecurity and OTP and even two-factor authentication, the knowledge around it is still so poor that the ignorance around it also impacts the reporting of it. So people put two and two and come up with five. They don't know quite how their accounts were compromised. They can't make a chain of evidence or link exactly what happened and how it occurred. And so the kind of reporting that you've kind of passed on to me suggests that there is an ignorance around general account security, which impacts the framing of how they perceive those accounts were compromised. And that's not surprising. I think that if you look at the post-Aragalaya Sri Lanka and the general context of cybersecurity and cyber hygiene, there is a general broad perception that the awareness or the attention or the vigilance over cybersecurity necessitated under the Rajapaksas went away. And consequently, that you didn't need to kind of think about these issues because you were not going to be a target. That context had long gone or been mitigated, and with the new political dispensation, even under Vikramasinghe, that those considerations were no longer relevant, or as relevant as they were under, say, a Gotabaya or a Mahinda, and that is fundamentally flawed and completely untrue, and just false, really. The threats against journalists continue. They continue to increase globally, regionally, and domestically. Nothing of the surveillance apparatus that has been built and developed that is extremely sophisticated, pervasive, coast to coast in the country has gone away. The incumbents inherit what the past governments and presidents have brought in and invested in. And these are with foreign country assistance as well. Nothing is in the public domain. Very little of it is in the public domain. Nothing is discoverable because it all falls on the national security. And the issue with all of this is that in the global context, with very sophisticated applications, most people would recognize the name Pegasus, but Pegasus is not the only one. So there are threats from those kinds of applications. But what we have seen, what I have studied actually, more than most in the country this year, is also with the use of generative AI, an incredible, significant and sustained rise in cyber phishing, cyber scams, confidence tricksters online, and all manner of trickery to get either into your bank account, to siphon off money, or to get into your personal social media accounts or WhatsApp accounts in order to do the kinds of things that you have sent across to me that has now targeted journalists as well. So journalists are center and forward in this. They will continue to be so. The international developments, the regional developments, and the local developments, including laws like the OSA and the weaponization of the PTA and other clandestine methods, will continue or will see increasing application and sophistication as well. So I implore those you may be in touch with to take cybersecurity and cyber hygiene very seriously, and think about it very carefully. This is not something that goes away just because the Rajapaksas are no longer in parliament or in power. And it's something that, as you know, what you have sent across clearly is an example of is an issue that is relevant, urgent, enduring, and the journalists are simply not immune or inoculated magically against the worst of it. They will have to take cybersecurity very seriously. And the point about all of this is that with the compromise of numbers and accounts, including at a regional or even international level, it's quite serious, right? Your entire contact list is subject to things that you haven't done perhaps what was needed to secure. And so at some level, the compromise of all of those numbers and your entire network is the consequence of you not taking cybersecurity serious. So it's everybody's responsibility. And if anyone doesn't take it seriously, everybody is compromised. So security and cybersecurity is only as good as the weakest link, is something that we always say. So this is something that everybody should take very seriously. And clearly it's not going to, it's not an issue that's going to go away anytime soon. Yeah. So I hope that that captures an initial response to what you sent across. Take care, mate.